Norton.
Oh, it's embarrassing. We're both doing a bit of jigging to that.
I know.
Enrique Iglesias joins me now. Good morning.
Mr. Graham Norton is an honor.
Oh.
I like how you said that I came in with like a bunch of security, which is my manager and the record company. Although my manager is pretty buff, actually. Look at him.
Look at that. Yeah. I tell you. No, because I saw the crowd. I went in early and there were crowds, so there must be loads of people outside.
I think they're there for you.
No, they're really not.
They love you.
No, they looked at me like I was a dead cat being dragged in behind, Tramp's boot. They really didn't care about me.
I'm not saying this because you're here, because it's unbelievable, because every single day a fan has told me, hey, I heard you're going to the Graham Norton show. So congrats on that.
Oh, well, thank you very much. That's good. That's one a day. That's good.
No, I mean, no. What I mean is that obviously people love you.
Shut up. Listen, congratulations. New album. This is your 10th studio album.
Yes.
Sex and Love. And it seems to me, it's a proper party album. I mean, there's a couple of ballads on it.
Yeah, there's actually a bunch of ballads. Huh?
But don't you agree that when you listen to it, it feels like much more... Oh, God. It feels like a real kind of dance...
Yeah, it depends. I feel like it's my most eclectic album. It goes from more upbeat songs to suddenly more mid-tempo, which actually I've never really done a lot of mid-tempos, but it goes all over the place. But yes, it does. It has a happy feeling.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, apparently, we think more or less confirmed the next single is going to be Turn the Night Up.
Yeah.
And that seems the closest to, a night out you would have.
That is definitely the most up-tempo track probably on the album in a way. Well, that and I'm a Freak.
Yeah. That was the first single.
Yes, that's
and
the
you're
first
doing
single.
that tonight?
I'm doing that tonight in The Voice, yeah.
Live?
Yeah.
Woo! Exciting. Woo! Yeah. And because we've been playing a lot.
And I'm sick as a dog.
Are you really?
No, I mean, I've been actually good the whole year. But for some reason, the last 3 days, the minute you start going, you travel a little too much, it just catches up to you.
It's planes.
It is.
It's dirty air on planes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. But we've been playing a lot the duet with Kylie. Beautiful.
I love that song.
It is a gorgeous song. But now you don't know Kylie.
I mean, we met before.
Okay.
The funny thing is that I feel like I know her already very well because we've been emailing back and forth about the song. It's always so cool to be able to collaborate with an artist that you both gravitate towards the same song, because eventually that's really what it's about. Because a lot of times what's happened in my career is you talk about a collaboration or collaborating with someone before the song is created, and you just never quite get there. You overhype it in your head, and you never really feel comfortable with the song. So it's good. In this case, it's a song that I wrote about a year and a half ago with a good friend of mine, Mark Taylor, and he played it to her, and she loved it, and then we spoke, and here we are.
And yeah, now it's on her album, it's in your album.
Yes.
It's all good. But she's not the only one. You've got Pitbull's on this album.
Yes, sir.
A couple with Pitbull, Flo Rida, Jennifer Lopez, the lovely Jennifer Lopez.
Yes.
And when it comes to collaborating with these people, how... is it like that? Is it like the Kylie thing, or is it more of a personal connection?
No, actually, the Kylie was the only duet that we did on the album where I was not physically there in the studio. The rest of the duets, I was there. And it's always good, and I'll tell you why, because everybody has their method and their way of working in the studio, and you can learn a lot from that. And also, it can take you in a different direction. It can open your mind, and suddenly you say, you know what, maybe from now on I should start writing. When I write songs, or when I'm in the studio, I should just go. It takes you out of your comfort zone, which is good.
And now you're still in Miami, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. And
You go to Miami a lot, right?
I've been. I haven't been a lot.
Oh.
So I feel like I've lied to you at some point in the past.
I've taken those tourist. I took those tourist boats, and I heard, they say, "Oh, that's Graham Norton's house, like the biggest house in Miami."
I'm sure. Yeah. You must be on one of those tours. Are you when you're sitting out in your lawn? Can you hear people kind of going?
No, I'm the one on the boat.
And now, because you lived in America since, when did you move? 8?
When I was 8 years old, yes.
So do you identify as being American now, or do you still feel Spanish?
No, I feel Spanish. It's just obviously, I've always said I don't speak perfect English. I don't speak perfect Spanish, maybe because I grew up in Miami. Miami's a town that speaks a lot of Spanglish, so you have tendency in one phrase to just mix both languages constantly.
And how does Spain feel about you now? Do they hold you as one of their own?
Spain thinks I'm Korean. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I think obviously they feel that I'm Spanish, but they know my background and they know that I grew up in the States. But yes, I would say that they consider me Spanish, and I consider myself Spanish.
Yeah, because your dad must be like a god there, is he?
My dad is, yeah, my dad doesn't live in Spain.
I didn't know that. He's kept that. Are you breaking your confidence now? Do people know he doesn't live in Spain?
No. I think a lot of people know he doesn't live in Spain. You know how I know I'm Spanish? Because when Spain wins the World Cup, I cried. So that's how I know I'm Spanish. And when they lose, I cry.
Because I was flicking through one of the Sunday papers last week, and I see your dad's on tour again.
He is. My dad keeps on going. I think, look, you've seen this a lot with artists that have been doing this for a long time and that are legendary. I feel that when they're up on stage, and I get it in a way, it's something that it's a feeling that you can't really describe. And I've always said that watching him as a little kid, I always thought he was always going to do it forever. And I used to hear him say when I was a kid, "Oh no, one day I'm going to retire," which I catch myself saying that sometimes. I'm like, honestly, it's very difficult to retire because it's difficult to get away from the fans and not feel that love that they give you in return when you're up on stage.
And did you try not to go into music? Is that why you tried to study business? Or did you always know, really, you were going to go into music?
The reason why I studied business is because I felt at a young age, when I was 10, when I was 11, when I was 12, I wanted it more than anything, and I respected it so much. But for some reason, I don't know, call it superstition, call it just the way I was or the way I am, I felt that if I told my family, if I told anybody, I just would have never accomplished it because I would have had a lot of people give their opinion, and I think it would have driven me nuts.
Listen, we're going to play a track off the album, and we've picked a track which really kind of stands out on the album because it's not like anything else on the album.
Yes.
It's a Spanish track.
It's one of my favorite songs, actually.
And who's on this track with you? Because they're amazing.
It's have you been to Cuba?
Yes, I have.
Okay, there you go. So it's a Cuban group called Gente de Zona, which is unbelievable. You should check them out. And a good friend of mine that's also Cuban called December Bueno. And I'm actually it's the first time that not the first time, I'm trying to work on an English translation of this song because it's one of my favorites and I absolutely love the song.
It's a beautiful track, and I'll let you say the name of it.
The song is called Bailando.
Woo! Bailando.
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 Easy to pronounce,
it
even
is
if you're British.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful... And let's say those musicians are terrific. What's the name of the band again?
Gente de Zona and December Bueno.
Okay, I'll look that up.
Yeah.
I'll Google that right now. And that is just one of the tracks. And actually, weirdly, it's not that indicative. It's very different from a lot of the rest of the album. A lot of the rest of the album is very dancey, and you'll get a taste of what that's like when you perform I'm a Freak.
Besides
on
the
Voice
Kylie song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've played that as well.
Ballads.
Yeah. I'm a Freak is on The Voice tonight.
Yes,
You'll be singing
sir.
that tonight. Now, people have been in touch, do you see, the listeners.
Oh.
So let's get to some of their texts and emails. Please, would you ask Enrique when he will be announcing his UK tour dates? I'm a huge fan of my daughter Danielle, who's 12, my son Jake, who's 10. I've finally seen the light and love his music too, but that's from Jane. When are you touring?
I'm actually announcing the tour dates very soon, and we're going to come here to the UK end of November, beginning of December, which I'm dying to because
You've made her Christmas. That's lovely, Jane. I'll be so happy. I met Enrique on Thursday in London with my mom. Please can you ask him when we... Well, that's the same question. He just said November, December. Shut up about it. That's from Molly. But really, I think what Molly's really hoping for you to say is going, I remember Molly.
Molly, I remember you and your son perfectly.
No, didn't have a son. It was
Oh,
her
you
mother,
said
yeah.
so.
That was the first one.
That was the first one.
He gives, he takes.
Well, Molly, I think I know your son. Big kiss, Molly.
Yeah. That was a vision of the future where Molly has your son.
Okay.
Yeah. Yvonne in Staines.
Oh, wait, no, what up? Actually, I do remember meeting Molly.
Do you?
I promise I do, because I think she had a poster that said Molly.
Oh, okay. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Molly Hill. Yeah. I've got her email address if you want to
There
stay
you
in
go.
touch. Yeah. Lovely.
In the in-store.
Where love stories begin. Yvonne and Staines. How does Enrique satisfy both markets? An album in English followed by an album in Spanish, then an album of a mixture of the both. Is there a strategy?
Yes, a lot of drinking. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, it's tough. It's one of those things that you. At one point in my career, I used to separate it. Now I don't separate it because it's part of my culture. It's part of who I am. It's the way I was brought up. So that's why I include some Spanish songs in a lot of my English albums now.
And also, I think people in Britain don't understand how huge that Spanish market is inside the United States.
Oh my God, it's massive. Like when I first came out with my first album, which was strictly in Spanish, it was one of my biggest selling albums in the U.S. and sold out every single arena. America is actually the biggest market for music in Spanish.
Isn't it? It's extraordinary, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you've been to the U.S., so you've been to Miami. You know how many people speak. There's places where they don't even speak English.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Bunty in Windsor. I love that there's a lady called Bunty in Windsor, and she's
Buntier.
Bunty.
Oh, Bunty
in Windsor.
I thought you said Buntier.
No, not Buntier.
Oh, I like that name, Bunty.
Bunty. Bunty. Was it real chocolate syrup in I'm a Freak video?
Yes, it was real chocolate syrup, and the owner of the house was not very happy.
I bet they weren't. I don't understand.
Thank you for the question.
Yes,
Bunty
in Windsor.
In Windsor.
Jeff in Salford has obviously been Googling you. Why is Brother in Arms by Dire Straits your favorite album?
Because it was one of those albums. It's the first. There was the first two CDs I ever bought was Michael Jackson Thriller and Dire Straits Brothers in Arms, and I just kept as a kid. I just played it over and over again, especially the first 5 songs. And then as I got older, I realized that the rest of the CD, the rest of the album, was also unbelievable. It's still till today probably my top 3 for me greatest albums of all time.
Wow. Now, oddly, there's another lady called Molly Rogers.
Molly.
This is all a way of promoting our Eurovision hopeful, you see. It's subliminal. It's Radio 2. Molly Rogers wants to know, at what age did you realise your dad was famous?
I think at a very early age, 5, if I had to recall, maybe I was 4 or 5 years old. I mean, I knew it. It was very obvious. And but I got to say this. My parents, especially my mom, she made sure that our life, the life that we lived, my brother and my sisters, was very, very normal. And it truly didn't affect us.
Listen,
in a negative way, I mean.
We're out of time. We've got to go. Goodbye.
Are you serious? That's it?
Seriously. The Voice tonight at 7 p.m. And the new single I'm Freak is out now. Enrique's new album, Sex and Love, is out now. Love you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
If you'd like some more, why not check out my free download?